Well, boys, it's about 7:30 in the morning, I might add. About 41 or 42 degrees in here yet, and that's at that level. So I'm assuming down here is colder. So just getting my fire going. It's just starting to go in there. So, alright, you guys can hear it's a wet, rainy day. So, had freezing rain last night, which is interesting. I almost slipped and broke my butt on the bricks on the way out here. So, alright, guys, bring you guys back when we get back to wrenching on the Westchester. I didn't do anything last night after the video. I decided to go inside. Don't ask, I have no idea why either. So, anywho's, BRB. Boy, I haven't used that in a long time. Wow. Huh. Shouldn't be that tight. Shouldn't be. The nice thing is, I don't care about the cylinder too much. I don't want to hurt the block. Hold on. This is right where the valves are. We'll put the bleep, guys. We'll put the bleep. Alright. This is an unforeseen circumstance. Wasn't any old bingo cards here. There are bolts. Okay. Now let's get a little bigger pry bar. Oh. What? 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. That time it moved. Okay, now it's moving. Aw. Darn it. I broke another one of the pins off. That's why you shouldn't get aggressive, guys. Why? What is going on? It should slide right out of there. It's a Westchester. Come on. Why was it's such a pain? Ah. Okay. Darn you, Westchesters. I don't know why this. I don't know why this. Ta-da! Wow. What a pain in the... Sit. Alright boys, let's go over the bench. We'll do a little bit of comparing here. And you know, the one thing I may not have is gasket maker. I'll have to look into that. I don't think I do. Alright, so on the left is the cylinder I just removed. We'll try and keep these separate, and if you guys look down in there, hopefully you guys can see all the rust pits and everything. But otherwise, excuse me, cylinder otherwise is, you know, it's decent. Just some rust pits up there. I mean, honestly, even if I was to bore this out 30 over, and I'd only take 15 off of each side, I don't know. That would be close. I mean, it'd be better for sure. Because these were all standard pistons, to my knowledge. Let's segue back to the original jug that was on that there tractor. And it's I think way worse. Oh yeah. That's a good 1/4 inch deeper, so. And that was why I didn't use that cylinder when I put it back together. I kind of did the best of both. I just wanted to hear it run. And I accomplished that. So, this cylinder here, well, it's not NOS like I thought it was, but it is lightly used. Somewhere in here I did see... there it is. I think you guys... Yeah. There's just one little spot of vertical scoring. That was probably the end of the rings or something right there. It's actually about the right gap for the ring gap. A little wide, but you guys get the point. So, I'm going to clean this cylinder up. And it's going to take some more. I need to clean up the head gasket surface here, and then the mounting gasket surface on the bottom here has sawdust and stuff in it, so we'll do that. Make sure she's all good to go. I'll run the hone through it for just I don't know, if I run it through for 5 seconds, just to kind of break the rust off of it, and pretty much we'll go from there, guys. So don't think I'm going to show you guys putting it back on, because as you guys saw, it's a real pain in the... Yeah, I know. So alright, see what I can get done here. I also got to see if I don't have gasket maker. I can't put this together until I go down the road. I wanted to stay home today. We just had that big ice storm here in Pennsylvania today. At least the western side of Pennsylvania. So, anywho's, I'm going to look around and see if I have any gasket maker. I'm kind of thinking I don't. Sad panda bear. Maybe I need to go look at my truck. There might be some in there. Haha. Alright boys, unfortunately I am out of stop for the day, because I have zero, excuse me, I have zero gasket maker. Zero. Looked in my truck, looked in the house, I got nothing. I'm trying to remember the last time I would have even used gasket maker. And that takes me back to the 8122 transmission, which I did here, excuse me, exactly a year ago. So, yeah, like I said, today has been the day of the ice storm in Pennsylvania, and the roads, according to my brother, are painted white. So, I'm just gonna, wait a day, let it all wash off, and the roads dry up so it doesn't, all go up in my truck and rust holes in my battleship. So I will be back with you guys whenever I procure some RTV silicone, sealant, something or other to seal nicely. So, alright boys, for you guys it'll be in 3, 2, for me, I could be a day, maybe 2. I'm supposed to get parts for the garage door opener tomorrow too, and the choke cable. No, choke cable for this is supposed to come Saturday. Anyhow, till the next one, later guys. Alright boys, as a side note, setting up a Roku TV attached to the internet off of Wi-Fi, real pain in the you-know-what. Anyhow, speaking of pains, back on the, the Westchester here. I really don't know how I didn't figure out to do this before. This made this job so much easier. Like, what was my little pea-brain thinking before? Maybe the shroud wasn't loose enough before? Maybe there was junk in the shroud, it wouldn't slide back, but I did bend that one ear up for around the shroud, which it is what it is. But it slid right back. I don't know what to say. So pretty much I'm at the point now the cylinder is on. The RTV is setting up on it, so that's good. It's about dinner time. I can go in and monkey around. I'll come back out and put the shroud back on it. Don't have to bolt the hydraulic unit back up, but I might as well. And I got to work on getting the right length bolts and getting all the bolts back in the starter generator that I was trying to take off. And I got to do some more research because to me the starter generator is upside down. But anyhow, that's something for later. Yeah, there's a much better cylinder than what we had on there before. Pistons towards the front of the motor, which is actually the back on a Gravely. And this is the piston and rings that were in it. I didn't have any better standard rings, and since GT Gravely's burnt down, the only place I have to go for rings and stuff is Richards, and I'm not real fond of the price they have on them. So yeah, I'm just gonna put all the bolts back in here, and I guess the next step will hopefully be me trying to fire this thing up. Because if I can get this thing to start up and run semi-decently, then what I want to do is I want to put... Oh boy. Almost fell over the battery box. That was good. I want to put either 4 brand new tires on here or 4 brand used tires. At least something matching would be nice. Then I'll obviously worry about the brakes and the final electrical, and even a battery. Yeah, because I got some more cables to free up and stuff. The hydraulics are set up. I don't remember about the drive cables and stuff. That's why I have that whole other shifter assembly, which I think had the cables on I needed. I don't remember. I have to remember what was going on with this thing, and then kind of clean everything up, which is going to be a trick, and figure out which set of body panels is the best, or make the best of 2, whatever. Yeah. So, for the moment... Oh, I forgot to say 1 at the beginning of this video, didn't I? Darn it. Anyhow, for right now, I'm going to break for dinner. We're in the middle of another ice storm, so we'll see. As long as the power stays on, well, I can really boot up 2 lights out here and I can work proficiently. With a little bit of background noise or something, but anywho's, be right back after a short commercial break. Well, the storm's here. Got the 3910 warming up so that way when the ice hits her, she won't freeze, hopefully. So, I'll go over and shut that off. I'm going in for dinner.
glare is terrible, but in person it's actually really good. So I got this YouTube TV figured out and added to my new TV, and I can do it all from out here in the barn now. Perfect. I don't even have to go inside. All I need is a microwave. I got the refrigerator. Bathroom optional. I guess the sink would be nice. But anyhow, we're highfalutin rednecks out here now. I mean, got the computer. Should get a better computer, but I got one. Internet. Yep. Clock, thermometer. Got lights. Got cameras. Got action. All be dipped. Alright guys, I was over here looking at the starter generator. I don't know if you guys can see, but I think there's might be enough room in the slots to slide the generator this way, get the pulleys to line up, because it's off about half a pulley. So I'll give that a try, because my Google image search showed exactly set up like this. Even the ground cable right there, factory. Well, it was a black cable, but how she goes. Alright. Do that and I'll get back with you guys. Alright boys, I just made an interesting, I'll call it, realization. This head that I'm choosing to use, somebody attempted to resurface this thing or something. Looks like maybe it shook loose and messed up that bolt hole and all this, and copper head gasket, and you can clearly see it was on here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I think you can there. With this side down, because the cylinder head obviously has that kind of etching in it, and compared to the old one, or not old one, but the original one, see how tall of a shoulder they have here? See how little of a shoulder they have here? So, they took a good bit off of that. 10-20 thousandths, I bet. And the whole reason I didn't want to use this cylinder head is right here. Because it's eight in around the seats really bad. And I was wondering if that's why it leaked really bad on the intake side and stuff. But looking at it now, I mean, the seats look kind of decent, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go with the one that my buddy resurfaced from my buddy's dad. And all I can do is go from there, right? Right. So let's slap her on. I did, excuse me, I'm going through another coughing fit. I did get new O-rings and put in here on the tractor. Out of an assorted set I had, because I knew I was going to be working on this project. So I'm going to finish digging. Yeah, that's a whole seal in there yet. I'm going to finish digging this seal out, which did it on camera. Perfect. And clean it up a little bit, and we'll slap the head on. I'm not too worried about the grease and stuff that's on it. I would like to hear this thing run halfway decent. And once we get through that part, we'll worry about if we're going to make her a pretty girl or we're just going to leave her ugly. I mean, I like my ugly girls. I like my women a little older, but I don't know. From the 60s is pushing it a little bit. So, alright. Hopefully next time I see you guys, this will be on the tractor. Alright guys, I can't remember if I videoed last night that I got the cylinder head put on, the carburetor's on, valves are, we'll call them in. And sure, they're adjusted. They're adjusted by feel. Pretty much we're to the point here. We just need to fire her up. right? So in order to fire it up, I gotta clean some tools off of here. I gotta get a battery over here and rigged up. Need a coil. Coil, spark plug wire, a few other little random things here. I'm going to oil the valves up and stuff. I should have put some oil on the piston when I put it back in, but I did not. It does have some compression though. Although the exhaust valve is leaking slightly. I don't know if it's the valve or what, but we'll worry about that in a little bit. Oh, and I also got to put the belt back on and line up the starter generator. Moving that in the slots did help. I do remember making that video clip. So, I'm going to do all that, and then I will be back with you guys. Just come back out here and put some wood in the stove, turn the TV on, and get it going. Oh no, I'm getting dinged. Can't be.